What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. Have y'all heard of this doctor in Arkansas? His name is Dr. David Divine, and he is there in front of his practice in the top left picture. And the same doctor inside of his office building is there pictured in the right with no clothes on. And I'm just sitting here. This was during business hours, too, by the way. It wasn't like, he locked his office and him and his wife or, partner was trying to spice things up or whatever. You know what I mean? Like during the midnight hour. No, this was during business off hours in front of the office staff. And he was performing intimate, inappropriate acts in front of his workers, y'all, in front of his staff. Let's get into this story because it's wild.
Who had his license suspended. The suspension of Dr. David Diffine stemmed from a complaint sent into the state medical board in July related to alleged inappropriate sexual contact in one of his medical offices. We sent in a Freedom of Information Act request to the Arkansas State Medical Board to get access to Diffine's file. According to the investigator's report, Diffine denied all of the claims listed in the complaint. Macy Davis joins us now, breaking down what we learned.
The board received the complaint on July 17th. It included multiple video files, and we do want to warn you the video is graphic. We have censored it due to the explicit content. Anyone who might be sensitive to this content may want to change the channel. According to board documents, this video was taken in 2019 at Diffine Family Practice in Blytheville. In it, Dr. David Diffine can be seen walking around naked, including in the hallway between patient rooms. Another video clip sent in shows him in the receptionist area walking around 3 women and performing a sex act directly in front of one of the women. The clip ends with him ejaculating on her. According to the documents we received, not only did the woman work in Diffine's office as a lab tech for another company, she was one of his patients. According to the person who sent the board the videos, this all happened during business hours. They also claimed Diffine used his, quote, position of power, sexual grooming, salary increases to groom employees and patients into repulsive acts. At least one person agrees. Dr. Bradley Diner with the Arkansas Medical Foundation wrote, quote, the pervasive behavior leads to concerns about a sexual compulsive disorder of paraphilia, which may in fact cross boundaries with his delivery of medical care. An investigator with the Arkansas Department of Health interviewed Dr. Diffine in September. According to the report from that interview, Dr. Diffine was informed there were video clips of his actions. Dr. Diffine said, quote, I don't know anything about that at all. I'd have to see those things to have any idea what you're talking about, end quote. K8 News attempted to call Diffine at his various offices for a comment. We also called his personal phone number and left a voicemail. We received no response. So we went to his home to see if he would answer our questions. I'm going to ring one more time.
They're at his house, y'all.
We noticed a vehicle near his home at the time. No one came to the door. I also reached out to his cell phone through text after we stopped by, but we did not get a response back. This isn't the first time Diffine has been investigated by the medical board. Earlier this year, someone complained about what Diffine calls his naturist activities. In the January complaint, the board was informed that Diffine was posting nude photos of himself on his social media accounts. The complainant included screenshots from Diffine's Instagram account, Naked Dr. Dave. In his response to the board, Diffine said he is a naturist, and his accounts were well known to the naturist community. He cited the practice as promoting acceptance and body positivity, adding, quote, we do not shame, sexualize, fear, or negatively stigmatize the naked body. He added that there was, quote, no crossover whatsoever with my professionalism while practicing medicine and my naturist activities, end quote. During its June meeting, the board chose not to take any action and decided to save the documentation as information only and added to his file for future reference. Diffine has also been investigated in the past for allegations surrounding illegally distributing pain medications. His Arkansas medical license was temporarily suspended in 2017 while the board investigated those claims of overprescribing. The board sent Diffine a letter saying they found no evidence of a violation of the Arkansas Medical Practices Act and closed the investigation. In Missouri in 2011, Diffine entered into a deferred prosecution agreement after he was investigated by the medical board and criminally charged for allegedly illegally distributing pain medications. Criminal charges were dropped, and Diffine agreed not to practice medicine in Missouri for 3 years. In 2013, the Missouri State Board of Registration for the Healing Arts closed the matter before the medical board and took no action. On October 14th, the Arkansas State Medical Board suspended Diffine's license related to the videos submitted in July. His hearing is set for December 6th. We will be there to provide further updates. In studio, Macy Davis, K8 News.
Diffine's here.
So I will too. I will be there December 6th, hopefully, Lord willing, to give you guys an update. This story is wild. Not your social media account being naked Dr. Dave. Okay, so this man is walking around like he's at a nudist colony, right? This is a professional environment. People come to you for healing because they are unwell. And he's walking around between patient rooms with no clothes on. He doesn't even have on flip-flops, y'all. What kind of doctor? Who gave you a medical license? Throw the whole Department of Health away because not only was he caught on film, he was also overprescribing medication and received nothing more than a slap on the wrist, a temporary suspension. And then he wasn't allowed to practice in Missouri for 3 years, but then they ended up closing the matter. He moved to Arkansas and is walking around harassing, SAing, and harassing his employees. Did y'all hear that when she said that he got off on one of his staff members? That is DNA. The way that what was Monica Lewinsky's lawyer name? Linda something? I don't know. I was a kid when it came out, but I know she saved that blue dress. And I would have sued. That would have been my my medical practice. Do you hear me? The lawsuits, okay? Pain, suffering, all of it. This story is so wild, y'all. And then when they asked him about the video, he said, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, this man needs to, he needs a psych evaluation. He needs to go ahead and hang up that stethoscope and go into some kind of other field away from people, by the way. If he wants to walk around nude, there's beaches in Jamaica, France, all kind of other places where there's nudist colonies. Maybe he should do that. Maybe he should go be a doctor at a nudist colony, because he does have the skill set, I guess. Well, I was going to say, I guess according to his medical license, but not if he's overprescribing, substances to people. That's how addictions get started and, lives are ruined. But I have to give it to this journalistic team. They sent him emails, text messages. They went to his house. They were on it. So there's going to be a hearing on December 6th, and I will definitely be here. Let me go ahead and read this article. So the newly released video shows an Arkansas doctor walking around nude and performing inappropriate acts in front of his workers. That is so wild to me. Like that to me screams, aside from the obvious psychiatric issue, but that screams somebody who is like desperate to be seen, desperate for attention. He has the attention now, so we're talking about it. An investigation was launched after a complaint was sent to the medical board when they sent him medical board videos of David Diffine walking around his practice in the nude. Okay. I'm sorry. It's not funny. I needed to pause because when they sent the videos and they they confronted him with the video, he turned into Shaggy. He was like, "It wasn't me. I have no idea what you're talking about." And all I could think about was Drewski, or not Drewski. What's his name? Supreme. When he Mark, when he was like, "They got you in 4K. Like you're on tape. What are you talking about?" He said, "Deny, deny, deny. It wasn't me." Okay. According to the documents from a Freedom of Information Act request, the footage was taken in 2019. Oh, he'd been at it for a minute by surveillance video. Wow. Well, he's gotten away with several crimes before, so I'm sure he's probably thinking, what harm can this do? He was definitely pushing the line. I mean, he crossed the line, obviously, but he kept pushing those boundaries to see how far he could take it. Yeah, there's something wrong. In the video, the doctor can be seen walking around naked, including in the hallways between patient rooms. If I was that patient, oh my eyes, my pain, the suffering, the distress. Okay, the emotional distress. I would leave that doctor's office immediately with my own cell phone footage and go directly to my lawyer's office. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Go directly to legal services, effective immediately. One of the video clips shows Daphne walking around the receptionist office naked in front of 3 women, and then he performed an intimate act directly on one of the women. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. According to the documents obtained from the medical board, so the medical board, my goodness, why is he not in prison? I mean, I know why he's not in prison, but y'all need to put him under the jail. The woman not only worked in Daphne's office as a lab tech, but she was also one of his patients. Okay, so they went all over this. I don't want to repeat everything that they said, but they said that he has a compulsive disorder, obviously. So he needs to go ahead and hang it up. He needs to get some kind of treatment for this disorder. He is not fit enough to treat patients. He needs to be in some kind of, I don't want to say he needs to be in a facility, but he needs to receive some psychiatric care, because that is wild. And the fact that he, has, even on social media, a nudist, what did he say? What was his handle? Naked Dr. Dave, something like that. It's like he's telling them, yeah, clearly it's a psychiatric disorder. I'm just trying to read the article to see if if there's any new information. So repeatedly criminal charges were dropped. Like he agreed not to practice, medicine in Missouri for 3 years, but I'm like, that's nothing, because he moved to Arkansas and he was terrorizing them over there. Wow. They took no action in Missouri. His Arkansas medical license was temporarily suspended in 2017 while the board investigated his claims of overprescribing medications, and they didn't do anything. However, no evidence was found. I feel like, these governing bodies, they have an ethical duty. What happened to the Hippocratic Oath? Do no harm. Not only are you doing harm to your office staff, you're also doing harm to your patients. I mean, that's ridiculous. Overprescribing medicine is serious. And the fact that the governing body that's supposed to, serve as some kind of checks and balances, that's supposed to protect the public, they just found no evidence. They don't care. It's horrible. It's sad. But anyway, they said that there's going to be a hearing on December 6th. So hopefully, I'll keep you guys updated. But let me know what your thoughts about Dr. What's his name? Naked Dr. Dave walking around just doing the most. I'm yeah. It's not funny, but it's like, oh my goodness. I really hope, sincerely though, it's a wild story, but I hope that he gets the treatment that he needs, and I hope that the women in the office were not completely traumatized by his actions. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, aces. Bye.